Hello and welcome back to Two Thirds for another episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the episode 2 breakdown. I'm delighted once again to be joined by sadboycare. Care, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a long day for me. This is a lot later than we usually record or recorded the last one.
Yeah.
So apologies for that, but you've had the whole day to kind of prepare yourself to talk about this, whereas I've had 5 minutes.
Very true. I've just been simmering in my hatred for the new Captain America for 5 hours, and I needed to rant about it. I already ranted to you about him, but we'll get to that, I guess.
I don't know, I think it's because since the first episode, we've had a whole week sort of thing, and where I've spent quite a bit of time on social media and sort of in Marvel groups and things like that, everyone hates him, so everyone hated him before he even got a chance, so there was just no chance for success.
Yeah, everyone was just making fun of his looks before, though. Yeah, now we have a personality to make fun of, and it's just oh, he irks me, I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know, it's like I was saying, that, we're not really meant to like him. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember the name, but I'm pretty sure the name of Agent 41 or whatever it was his name. John Walker? Is that it?
John Walker, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much confirmed. And I was so annoyed that I didn't spot that beforehand.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. But I don't know. His character you are meant to dislike, but I think it's also, I can see why he's eventually gonna become the bad guy. That sort of, he has a bit of a tussle with Falcon and Bucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what I was noticing was like I was just saying to you right at the end, where you can see that he's actually getting irritated from everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think that he's gonna I don't know. I really feel like he's just gonna be in a mood about it because they won't want to team up with him. But, you can't blame them for not wanting to team up with him. First of all, one of them was supposed to be in his position, technically, because Cap wanted him to be the next Captain America. So one of them is getting a position taken away from him. The other one is just you're trying to replace my lifelong friend. I'm not gonna like you. I don't know. I feel like it's very... Their hatred of him is very justified, but he doesn't understand why they hate him so much. Which is just, stupid. I don't know.
What did you make of the reunion between Bucky and Sam?
I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? I was exactly the same. Carry on.
I expected it to be, kind of underwhelming. I was okay, so now that the new Cap is there, I'm expecting them to meet up because they're gonna talk about the new Cap. But, he just kind of showed up. And I also thought that scene was very awkwardly written. I felt like their interaction was very weird. It wasn't as, bantery as it used to be. In the films and stuff. It was more I don't know, it was childish almost. It wasn't it wasn't their usual we're just gonna talk shit on each other right in front of each other and we know we're joking. It was very weird. I don't know. I felt very odd about it. It didn't feel right.
Yeah, I think deep down they haven't sort of come out and said it or anything, but they're still kind of dealing with essentially the loss of Steve.
Yeah.
Whether he's alive or not, I don't think that's actually been confirmed yet.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really funny just to see old man Steve Rogers make a cameo or appearance in this series whilst it happens.
I don't know
but
if it
yeah,
will,
it's probably
but
not gonna happen.
yeah.
But I think they're sort of not necessarily taking it out on each other, but they're being childish because they're both kind of grieving the loss of their friend in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's going to be something that we'll see over the next few episodes. Just sort of them sort of coming to terms with it. But speaking of favourite scenes, you said that the therapy was one of your favourites.
Yes.
The fight scene on top of the two trucks was
Yeah.
probably one of my favourites. Just as like a generic fight scene, and I think, again, going back to the preview that we did expect kind of a lot of action.
Yeah.
And it was nice to get the reveal. Did you recognise that the girl was... she was in... I thought it was Marvel at first, and I was like, oh, like I recognise you, but it was not. It's from Han Solo's film. Solo, a Star Wars story.
No. What character
She's like
was
she was like in the desert, like near the very end of the film.
I haven't seen that film in like 3 years, so I didn't recognize her at all. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the only thing that I recognise her from. But yeah, I think it was interesting to see that there's not just one super soldier, that it's like 8 super soldiers at least.
I kind of figured it was going to be that way. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think I said this last time where I was like, I think the new Cap and the guy who robbed the bank are, like, part of the same super soldier situation, which obviously was not right because the new Captain America isn't a super soldier. He's just a military guy. But I did think that it was going to be, like, a group of super soldiers. Like, I didn't think that they just had one. Because they usually do have like a group of them, and then when they only have one, it's like Banner or Steve Rogers or like Red Skull. Like when they only have one experiment person, it's like I don't know how to describe it. Like they always have like a big significance, but when it's like smaller group, like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I think I kind of get where you're coming from.
I'm struggling with my words today. But, yeah, so, like, it was kind of like how Bucky was a part of, like, a program where there was, like, 6 of them. So I was thinking, like, I kind of figured that it was going to be a group. That's basically the point I was trying to make there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because when it kind of goes on later to Isaiah, who we will come on to in a little second, but... Yeah. Like, that just kind of made me think, like, okay, maybe there is more than one Isaiah, for example, you know? Like, because he wasn't Hydra, from what I understand. He was someone to go and beat up Hydra's Bucky, like the Winter Soldier. So, yeah, it's definitely...
I didn't even think... why did I not even think about that? That's crazy.
Right?
I didn't even think about there being more than
weird.
One of him.
Yeah. But yeah, just on the fight scene, like I thought it was really cool, and it's very rare as well that we get to see. I think it's because like you watch the movie so much, but you never really get to see like the Avengers get their asses kicked. Yeah, so that was quite like refreshing and new. Like other than Infinity War, which was a traumatic experience.
Yes, yeah,
like,
that's very true.
It was definitely refreshing to see.
The thing is, though, Sam and Bucky had it. If they didn't show up, they could have been, like, fine. I believe in my boys, and I think that those assholes that just showed up out of nowhere were I was so angry that they showed up. I was like, get out of here. I just hate them. I can't for the life of me like them, even when they're doing good things. I don't like them. I just don't. I don't know why. I was just like, get out of here. Like, this is not your fight. Go away.
Yeah.
And the fact that they tracked
That's
Sam
literally what I was going to say, yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, first of all, you're going to track the guy who's doing the right thing, but not the bad people. Like, you're focusing on the people who are doing good instead of, like, focusing on stopping the bad guys. It just did not make any sense to me at all. I was just like, why? I don't know. It felt like they were tracking them in order to meet up with them and be like, hey, join our team. Instead of being like, hey, let's help them save the day. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I didn't like that they showed up. I was mad about it.
We'll come on to Isaiah, though, because he was kind of like... I don't know about you, but that was really my kind of turning point in the sort of episode. like, we knew that
Yeah.
Zemo was going to be in it, so him as like a sort of like cliffhanger, I was like, oh, okay, you know, he's in the next episode. It wasn't that much of a big deal
Yeah.
about for me. Finding out there was another super soldier from 1951 or something ridiculous like
Yeah.
that's mental.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how nobody knew about it. Like, okay, so like maybe
I
he was in
think that-
prison, but
It definitely ties into the racial commentary they have in this
Yeah.
show. It definitely, because even Sam was like, you're telling me that we had a black Captain America and no one knew about it? He was like, why didn't I know about this guy? And it's just, I'm trying to like figure out how I want to word this. It's just the fact that like the government would have hid someone who was just like Steve Rogers. Like, he was literally Steve Rogers, but he wasn't out in the public because he was black. Like, is that why? Like, why didn't we know about him? You know? I don't know. I just think it's like very, it's definitely, this episode showed me that this show is definitely going to have a racial
yeah. And I thought it would just from the first episode, to be fair, but yeah. Like, this episode just really just kind of confirmed it. Even with the kind of scene where obviously after Sam then gets sort of stopped by the police because him and Bucky are having an argument. I thought that was mental.
The thing that makes me angry about that scene is, first of all, Bucky had a warrant out for his arrest, right?
Yeah.
And these cops stopped them because Sam is yelling at Bucky.
Yeah.
Not because Bucky is literally someone who needs to be arrested. I was like, yo. And then, oh my god. That like, I don't know. I was just like, that's just insane. But it's also America, so.
Yeah. One of the
That's the world we live in.
one of the things that I've forgotten to ask, actually, is just a kind of, I mean, it's kind of like going into the theories, but yeah, we're kind of like coming towards the end of the whole episode anyway. Back when there was after the fight scene or whatever, I've forgotten her name, the red-haired girl, because we actually find out, is it Carly?
I think it's like Kari or something.
Yeah.
I can't
so
remember.
like, do you remember that she gets a text from like an unknown number and it's like, oh, you have what it is? Do you have any idea who that could be?
I don't really remember what the text said. It said something about like,
You have what was mine or something like that. Like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to find you and kill you or something like that. Along the lines of that.
I do have a theory.
Okay.
I do have a theory.
Go on.
I think that maybe this is like, I don't know. There's absolutely no evidence to back this up, obviously, because it's literally just a text message. But I think that maybe they stole super soldier serum from the museum guy. That museum guy is evil, and I will not rest until he has been shown to be evil. I know that he's evil. The guy from the first episode who was like, you did the right thing. I still think he's behind the super soldier serum situation.
You know who he reminds me of is which Iron Man is it? I think it's Iron Man 2 where he ends up being like Hydra. He's like a judge almost in a hearing where Tony is. I'm pretty sure it's Iron Man 2 because of the Richard Hammond's there.
Guy.
Sorry?
The senator.
Yeah. The senator who at the end is like putting a pin. Reminds me exactly of him. I have no idea what it is.
It's the corrupt politician. it's that vibe. I just don't like him. There's something off with him, and I think that I like that they're going to Zemo to like get dirt on Hydra.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if he will help them. I mean, I think obviously in the end he will, but like I think in the beginning he's gonna be like, I'm not talking to you guys. Like I'm done with you. Like I'm just gonna live my life in prison for the rest of my life. But I don't know. I like that they're gonna get dirt on Hydra, and I think they're gonna find out that Hydra's not gone.
Yeah.
which we all kind of knew that they're not gone.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the MCU, all of the characters are like, oh, Hydra's been gone. Like, they're gone. But they just are not. I don't think that they are.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to find out, like, who's in Hydra now, kind of thing.
Okay. So before we come on to sort of, like, fans' theories and sort of predictions as well, like, what would your sort of overall rating for this episode be?
That's hard. I didn't like it as much as the first episode.
Yeah, I didn't.
I think I would say, like, 6.
I was thinking 6.5, I think, is, like, me being, like, a nice and being like, yeah, that's a nice rating. It was a nice episode. It wasn't brilliant. It wasn't bad. It was just nice.
Yeah.
I
feel like I know that a lot happened in this episode.
Yeah. Like, this is what I was kind of thinking about, is that, like, as the time was going on watching it, I was like, oh, a lot's watching it, but I was like, actually not really. Like, we've kind of covered all the main things, like, you know, they have a big fight scene and they're after the flag smashers. Captain America is a massive douchebag.
I hate him.
And then there's Isaiah.
Oh my god, I hate him. Yeah.
So yeah, like, I think really kind of Captain America brings the episode down, but it's hard to judge it when you're sort of like hatred for one character. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, on to sort of like fans' theories and predictions, which is the favourite bit of the episode for me. I was annoyed because I have this from episode 1, right? And it was that Zemo teams up with the duo.
Yeah.
And now it's like looking likely.
Confirmed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's gonna fucking help them, like, because otherwise it's just pointless if he just sits there and then.
There's no reason for him to be in the show if he doesn't actually eventually help.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I really think that's going to be an interesting take on it. It's not what I was expecting at all when I first heard about Zemo being in the series, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that sort of pans out, and like, I hate to kind of like mention it, but I'm just surprised. It sounds so cruel, but like, I'm surprised Zemo isn't dead. Like, he hasn't killed himself or something like that.
Yeah.
Considering that he was going to kill himself.
I wrote that in my notes. I was like, so he's just still in prison?
Yeah.
Like,
and he looked pretty
He's just been in prison?
Yeah.
Like, it was very strange to me. I was like, I was not expecting him to just still be locked up. I don't know why, but I really thought he would have either escaped or, like, died. Like, I was not expecting him to just be, like, just sat where he's been for the last 6 years, like, just in prison. Like, I just did not expect him to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It should be really weird.
I don't have any theories.
Oh, wow.
Actually. I really don't.
You've had the entire day. No, that's cool. I don't think there's many. I mean, like, I've been kind of off the grid today because I've been driving around everywhere, but so US Agent, sorry, what's his name? Not Agent 41. I'm pretty sure Agent 41 is like Hitman. So I've got that completely wrong. But yeah, so he's going to turn into US Agent. That's sort of been the entire theory, and it's basically like confirmed because of his name in the series. I do just have a small feeling that there will be a cameo from Steve Rogers.
I don't know. And the only reason why I'm not entirely sure if that's going to happen is because Chris Evans, his contract is up. And it's been, like, it was extended for him to be in the last 2 Avengers films. Yeah. And he did not want to renew that contract at all. From what I know, like, my cousin was telling me about it, and he was like, Steve Rogers, or fucking Chris Evans hates being Steve Rogers. And that's just how I see him in my head. So I'm like, I don't see him coming in. But I could be wrong. But I have a feeling that he's dead. I don't know.
It's been like 4 months.
I just have like...
Right? It's been 4 months since...
Yeah.
I'm not calling it the blip. Since this... Oh, actually, is it the blip? The snap doesn't really make sense, does it now?
It's the blip, yeah. That's what they were calling it.
Yeah, I hate that though. I really hate it. Yeah, since everyone came back from the snap, he could have died. Like, he would have been pretty old by that point. I'm honestly surprised that, like, he survived to the point to give Sam the shield back, because that would make him really freaking old.
I didn't think about that. And no, I'm not actually that surprised, because he does have, like, the serum in him still.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, I feel like that would, like, maybe boost his immune system. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that makes sense for Isaiah, actually, now, thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, I think he was... I'm going to say he's younger than him.
Oh, yeah, he's a little bit younger.
By, like, at least 10 to 15 years, maybe.
Yeah. I was going to say around 10 years. Or a bit. 10 to 15, yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he'll come back. I don't think he will, but I would like to see him.
Yeah.
Again. But I think that he's dead, but they also didn't have a funeral for him, so I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
That pretty much sums everything up. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also check out Care's channel, links in the description. It'll also be at the end of this video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.